my thumb is still in the way.
Uh-huh.
I did that from a funny angle. It was weird.
It was weird. Good morning.
I don't know if that worked, but good morning.
Welcome to the most dangerous show of the week.
Yay. Welcome to the Sun Dragon Sideshow.
QVC edition.
VSC.
VSC.
It's been a week.
Something.
Our VSC virtual shopping channel is loosely based on the idea of QVC because we have a knitter who used to say, QVC this for me.
Shout
all
out
the time
to
at the
Kathleen.
show.
We love you.
Yay. Sorry if that made noise. We love you. We miss you. And we had someone college age in the shop once who went, what's that?
It was sad.
Yes. We moved on. We educated her and moved on. Anyway, so yes, it is the VSC day and we piled lovelies in front and I almost piled them so high we couldn't see Liz. And that was going to be a problem.
You could see me. It was just a little me right over here.
Well, get taller, Liz.
I've been trying my whole life and it doesn't work.
Oops. We got all this lovely new yarn in. We got new colors of yarns we've already had that we're so excited about. At least I am. Liz, not so much because she has to sticker it all. But, you know.
I'm excited. This is my excited face.
But we can't talk about that today because they can't put half the shop on sale today. Although the entire sale, redo. The entire shop is on sale. If you've been watching for YouTube people, we'll go over that at the end. Hey, almost forgot. I'm Rebecca. I'm the owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in sunny, kind of chilly, but not as cold as I thought it would be today, Brevard, North Carolina.
I'm Liz. I'm the menu there. It was like 45 when we came into work. Gonna wind up 6 degrees. And yeah, we're about done.
45 at your house, maybe. My watch says it's 57 degrees right now.
Yeah, because it warmed up, and that's about all the warmer we're going to get. And the wind's going to start blowing really soon.
What she said. I trust her. She's my weather guru too. But yeah.
Put the tent up, Liz. Okay.
We tried to put the tent up yesterday, midday.
We almost Mary Poppins did.
Yeah. And so we put it up and held on to it while we thought about putting the weights on it. And then I said, no, let's take it down again. So I took this home last night. This is my Sorrel Sweater by Wool and Pine Designs. And it's made with my Fiber Spates Vivacious DK. Love this yarn so much. I'm going to definitely be making the kits for this, for the Nancho we're going to be releasing next week, the kits for it. I finished mine, but it needs to be blocked and stuff. And we have other things to talk about today. So yeah, I'll put a link of what this is in the comments when I post, but I'm already almost overheated just because we run around the shop too much. But yeah,
I did packages and she set up.
Hence the pile of yarn I had to squish down to make sure that Liz was not obscured. So back to what we were saying though, or I was saying and got off on a tangent. That never happens. We got some new yarns in. Yay, fun. And some of them I already started talking about a little bit, but then I dropped heavy hints we might talk about them today. So for the wider world, especially, and for maybe 24 hours after our big sale expires, you can get 25, again, restart. 15, thank you, 15% off on the yarns we're going to talk about today that are in front of the camera right up there. So I don't know, which one do you want to start with, Liz?
Let's start off with the first one that we got in. Makes more sense.
Yes. One? Okay. Logic. Can't beat it. Okay. So the first one we got in of these lovelies was a yarn from Jody Long. Now, Jody Long is, I think, as far as I'm aware of, a relatively new yarn company. Jody Long is a designer from Spain. And I think he also designs patterns for Ella Ray and some others. And he started coming out with his own yarns. And we have experimented with a few of them and like them. Like Jody Long Alba, not on sale, is a good approximation of Rowan felted tweed. It's not quite the same fiber combo, but it looks very similar, which is fun since we don't have Rowan in the shop. Jody Long Coastline, not on sale, is this really cool like cotton core with this chainette around it, or this tubing around it that has like linen and all these other lovely things, a little bit of acrylic and lovely beachy colors. I'm making a top out of it. Spongy, fun, good spring summer yarn. We figured I stumbled across this when I was perusing the many places I order from and went, ooh, this could be interesting. Let's experiment.
So the reason we found this interesting is because it is a luxury blend of organic cotton and cashmere.
I will tell other stories later. Go ahead.
The combo is 90% cotton,
cashmere,
and 10% cashmere. Like I'm sitting here holding it, and it feels like cotton.
Mm-hmm.
almost more like the washcloth cotton.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a softness to it,
a little hint of softness.
Yeah, and it's
mm-hmm.
It's nicer.
Okay, hang on, because I want to compare. It's DK weight. How about read stats, and I want to compare something.
It is 253 yards per 100 grams. They are calling for a G hook or a US 5.
Mm-hmm. It's a DK weight. What else? Anything else?
It looks machine washable, probably lay flat to dry. It's got the X on the washing or the dryer.
Is the dryer the triangle or the square?
It's the square with the circle in the middle of it, like a dryer.
Oh, there's a lot of squares on this. I don't know. Anyway, I don't recommend putting hardly anything in the dryer if you can help it, even if it's cotton. But no, so it was going to be a DK weight, and I was just like, ooh, cotton with a little bit of cashmere. That could be fun because like it's soft. Okay, so here's the deal. This is Cascade Ultra Pima. It is a great cotton. Wonderful. It is also considered DK. I mean, we could here, if you don't mind holding it a little closer. The construction, the spin on it looks pretty similar. That's just a little softer. Probably a little
matte too. It's not as shiny.
This got a little shine to it. It also like if you see them side by side, they would look fairly similar. There's a little bit more fine texture to that one, to the Summer Delight. I think it's going to feel lighter though. I'm making a top. I'll show you in a minute. I think it's going to feel a little lighter with the springiness and the softness of the cashmere, like in terms of making a whole garment out of it. Cotton can get heavy. Cotton can stretch. My hope, we've only just started dabbling with this because it only came in last week. My hope is that the cashmere might actually also help it keep its structure a little better and not stretch as much. I can't guarantee that yet, right? But how many yards on that again?
253.
This says 220 for 100 grams. So sometimes yardage is not necessarily the way to completely guarantee what weight in terms of thickness that something is, because the cashmere in that actually lofts it just a little bit so you can get more yardage out of the same amount of actual grammage. Cotton, especially when it's twisted pretty, tightly. Thank you. I was losing my words again. Can be heavier. It doesn't mean it's thicker, but you might not get as much yardage out of the same grammage. There is your lesson on yarn for the day. So we ordered what, like
we
9
started
colors?
Off with 8 or 9 colors.
Yeah, because I think we only got 3 more in. Because here's what happened. I started working with it and went, ooh, this is fun. We should widen the color palette. And we got 3 more colors, one of which is the lovely yellow that Liz is holding today. And I'm going to do what I can. I forgot to do the little color tweaking that I've learned how to, I stumbled across doing. Forgot to do that yesterday. We definitely want to do it today. So to try to, there's always whatever you're viewing this through could be throwing off the color. We will do our best. So we have a pretty wide color palette of both some pale colors and some bright. I just tried to put the word vibrant and bright into one word, apparently. Some bright colors. No.
This is going to be a fun day.
I never fully got a migraine yesterday, although I felt a little weird by the end of knit night because it was a really long day. We just finished up all the packages from yesterday, like between running the shop and filling packages, and we got more overnight. It's just, whew. Thank you, and wow. So, okay. But I will also say, does it really take that? Is it really that hard to move chairs across the plaza? Actually, with this microphone, you might not have heard that. I was waiting because I can't think when chairs are being dragged across the plaza. When I was winding these up, we had a huge debate about which colors to use. I'll hold off on this because we should show off the colors. We had a huge debate about which colors to use in this 3-color sweater that I stumbled across, that I went, this would be cool. And I showed it off yesterday, I think. But we managed to pick 3. And as I was winding them, I could feel just a little bit of springiness. Like that's one of the things about cotton. Straight up cotton does not have a lot of flexibility. That doesn't mean it's bad to knit with.
No.
It just means you're not going to have as much give. Wool has like give, so you can pull and yank and it snaps back. And cotton, you try to pull on it and it's like, no. And you can still knit with it. It's still wonderful. It'll still make lovely blankets and tops and everything. But when you try to do some pull and snap back, it's like, no. And you have to wrestle it a little bit, just a little bit, you know.
Plant fibers in general, like linen and cotton and, you know, even some bamboos, there isn't a lot of springy stretch to the yarn. Like, what you see is what you get.
Yeah. Which is why when you knit with it or when you wind it up into a ball, like wool will kind of go whoop in on itself and hold its shape in the skein, and cotton will just be like, you pull too much of me, I'm gonna go. Again, doesn't mean you shouldn't knit with it. It just be prepared for, wait, I have to yank it and it doesn't want to go, and so you just got to make it happen, you know. Anyway, more lessons on yarn. But you know, it's fun to learn about yarn by just working with a lot of it. I've talked with so many people yesterday when I was helping them fix things, and I'm decent at fixing things now because I just work with a lot of yarn. The more you work with yarn, the more you'll start to understand or be familiar with what could happen with it. Like there's still things that people say online about cottons and other things, and I'm just like, I haven't experienced that, but maybe I just haven't worked with it enough. I don't know. Okay, yeah, Liz has gone back to crocheting because I've gone off on a tangent. Should we talk about you pulled all the pretty colors. Oh, these are pretty too.
I pulled
She pulled the soft one.
The soft ones.
Okay. We have 12 colors of this yarn now. Woohoo! Which means you have a lot of different colors to pull from. We just out of the bag. I'm sorry, you probably shouldn't have stopped. No, don't. We hadn't even stickered the first batch, and I already sold half a bag to someone to make a top because it's so pretty. Okay. Where do you want to start? We have a neutral.
Actually,
I'm going to start.
2 neutrals.
Well,
grays and neutral.
Technically. I like gray, but you know, we have one is what?
If you do the gray and the white as the neutral, then you have 5 and I have 5, and you know.
Okay. So this is color number 1. Their coding has three spaces for digits, so it's 001 is probably how you'll see it online. Color 1 is porcelain, and it's a natural, right? It's an off-white. We don't have a white. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Whites, like pure whites in yarn, sometimes are rare, especially if you have a natural or nicer fiber, because a pure white means they really have to bleach it and strip it. Like shocking white in terms of fibers does not necessarily occur very often, if at all, in nature.
It's like if you find a natural black, like our llama lace.
Yeah, natural black.
It's brown. It's dark,
black.
dark brown.
Yeah, but
because they have to add so much dye to it to get it black.
So this is our neutral white-ish, but it's porcelain and it's off-white and it's gorgeous. Okay.
This is color number 003. It's slate. It's slate. a nice medium.
Medium gray.
Gray.
Yeah. We did not bring in the whole palette of colors, but we brought in most of them. Most of them. So you might, if you're listening to numbers and are good with numbers, we might be jumping over a few numbers here because we didn't bring in the whole palette. We did have to pick and choose a little bit because, oh my gosh, we got in yarn that we were out of, and I can't put it away because there's not enough space. It's just so if we I'm struggling here. Anyway, okay.
It started with, what can I help you out with yesterday? And I'm like, well, I have no more boxes to put yarn in that I sticker. So you want to put some yarn away? And she went,
I tried.
Sure. There's no room. And I was like,
part of the reason we can't let people in, that many people in, is there's no space in here. Oh my gosh. To try to have enough supply ready for customers coming in and customers online, like we have no room, and we have a massive, in my opinion, a pretty big shop.
It's fairly big. We have carved out a little nook for shipping and art supplies.
Yeah. And yet we don't have everything people want, even though it's big.
Magic box.
What the? Okay. One of Liz's favorite colors. We have a red. But see, she took the paler colors, so I get the red. Ha! Okay. This one's called Tomato. And it is. It's like it's not super orangey red, but it's a little bit on the warmer side.
Tomato.
Yeah, a nice juicy tomato. I could see this. Not a really, really deep tomato, but and the number is 008. Tomato. Nice, vibrant red.
We have a pink.
That's one of the new ones.
It is color number 016. It's called Powder.
It's a 16 powder.
It's like a carnation pink. Yeah.
Oh wow. Then I was like, I was putting in color numbers last night or yesterday. What's the purple?
The purple is blushes.
See, I said blushes. I'm like, that must be the pink. No, it's the purple. Powder is the pink. Okay. It's a really nice soft pink. It's wonderful. Light.
Mom would have called it a carnation pink.
Okay. I don't know. We have a nice bright orange, but it's not like super intense. It's a soft bright orange, if there's such a thing. Like I don't know how else to describe it.
Through the bag, when we got the orange and the teal, we were like, oh my gosh, that's so bright. And then
yeah, it's got a soft edge to it, which is really nice. But it's called Tangerine. I could see that. Tangerine instead of like oranges. And the number is 010, so 10. Tangerine.
We have 11. It's a yellow. It's called Summer.
That's the brightest of the colors she pulled to go over there. It's as we're filming, it's brighter than what I see on screen, but I'm gonna warm up the film a little bit.
It goes really nice with the orange. Like neither are so absolutely
you could get
shocking.
Such a good rainbow out of this. We don't have like a dark purple. We went for the light purple instead, but you could get some really cool, whether you're going light or dark, like a nice rainbow palette. I always look for a rainbow palette if I can manage it with the whatever we're buying. Anyway, inner workings of the shop. Almost picked the orange and the teal together for a sweater, but it didn't. So this lovely teal, it's called Lagoon. It is number 007, Lagoon, and it's really nice.
She picked Celery.
The grand reveal later. You're just gonna
color number 13
with the natural. These are the colors. Like just in the skeins, we went that could make a cool sweater, and I will show you the sweater later. All right. Another lovely color, Tulip. 009 Tulip. It's a nice, what is this? It's not quite fuchsia. It's not quite magenta.
A light berry.
Yeah, it's like a berry color. It's really pretty. It's a deep pink. Really deep pink. Really wonderful.
Blushes, color number 15.
Blushes, the one that I thought would be powder, but 15 is the purple. And what's the number on the pink?
The number on the pink is 16.
15 and 16. Okay. I might double check that in the system I ordered from to make sure that they didn't switch the tags somehow, but
those aren't stickered, so.
I know. That's why I'm saying I'm going to check. Yep. We've had yarn companies that have accidentally tag
Oops.
things wrong. But there are times when yarn names don't make sense at all. Like, I have no idea how they came up with that, but okay, we'll roll with it. The last one on my side is a nice deep blue. It's not quite navy. Like right now when I look on the camera, I see navy. Again, I'm gonna try to tweak the color a little bit. It's a super deep blue. It's like between navy and a color we have in Heritage called marine. It's between the two, but it's a nice deep blue, not quite navy. I like it though.
That color number.
Oh,
You might have said it, and I wasn't.
I didn't. I didn't say what the name of it even was. It's Twilight, and it's 005. This is why she's here. I mean, there's so many reasons why she's here, but this is one of them. Twilight.
Then we have color number 14. It's a light blue. It is called Cloud.
Cloud. It's like a nice powder blue. It's really, really pretty. That's the one I had to reorder because it walked out the door the day it came in. So, to show you the bright colors, here's the brighter. Let's see, ready? Ta-da. You want to hold up the ta-da. And there's also a gray and a white, but these are, we run out of hands to hold things with. So, okay, just in case I need a thumbnail, that might be it. But before we move on to our next yarn, let me show you what I'm making with it. I think I mentioned this yesterday, but if you only watch the VSCs, you might not have seen yesterday's show. So I'm making, I started the Fawcett sweater, and it is a DK weight, all kinds of different textures in it just for fun. I'm trying to figure out, well, maybe it doesn't, I think it's all over increases in the front, so it doesn't really matter. But this is how the porcelain, the celery, and what was the teal one? The lagoon knit up together. And what's really great down here at the bottom, I'm just starting, all the colors are involved together, and it just looks really cool. Would look, she's feeling how it knits up.
The stitch definition, everything is just fantastic.
And for a mostly cotton yarn, this feels luscious.
Yeah.
It almost feels like it's a bamboo blend.
Yeah.
And it's that little bit of cashmere, just softens it up. It won't feel like pure cashmere yarn. Disclaimer, right? But I am looking forward to, I might have a new summer top here. I'm hoping the collar is not super wide, but I have a problem with collars always ending up too wide. And I really, if I cared and paid attention, I could alter things to make sure the collar was more of a collar I wanted. But I tend to just stick to the pattern because then people know what will happen if they make the pattern. So anyway, this is what I'm making. Yay. And I'm really excited about it. And I had the whole discussion yesterday of, I'm in a good place for another morning meditation, but I just want to finish the sweater. So I might just keep working on it. Oh, well. Oh, well. All right. The second yarn we want to talk about today
was also a we're scrolling through.
Yes, I don't even know. Like, I don't even think I was looking for mohair, but I'm glad I was, because now I have to find a replacement mohair.
We were not looking for mohair, but
I was just looking.
Oh, they have mohair. Okay.
And then, because the main mohair we have in the shop is Sugar Bush, and it's wonderful.
We love it.
Yeah. And we had solids, and we had color changing that was like kind of quick color changing, and it never really sold well. So that when this came across my screen of cakes that are twice as big as the regular mohair cakes, and they have long color changing in them, I went, ooh, that's cool. Let's try it. And then when I started knitting with it, we saw them in person, I said, ooh, let's get more. And partially inspired by Espace Tricot had just released the kits for a bijou wrap, which was an alternative to the chevron cloud that they released back when I opened the shop. And the bijou wrap, I think, was a limited thing with her kits because I have not been able to find the pattern. But the chevron cloud, I've realized the other yarn the chevron cloud had in it was very much like one we already have in the shop. This crimped alpaca is very similar to a thicker mohair they were advertising. And I just went, ooh, this could be fun. And then this is just fun in and of itself. And now we have learned that we will probably have to replace all of our sugar bush yarns, and we're very sad about that. But the regular colors of this might eventually make an appearance in the shop. Long story, completely long. Let's get back to this. So I'm really enjoying playing with this, by the way. I'll show you how mine's going. But what do we have for stats?
For stats.
Oh, hang on. Did we ever talk about how much the Jody Long,
We did not.
the price tag? We're
I have to
squirreling
find
here.
one with the price tag.
I have one.
Okay.
$17.95 is the regular price for the Jody Long. And I should have said this back when we were actually doing the Jody Long. That's an awesome price for something that has cashmere in it. 100 grams, $17.95. I mean, pretty cool.
When we were surfing cashmere stuff, a lot of stuff that even with 10% cashmere jacked the
expensive.
price way up.
This sweater may only take me 3 or 4 skeins of yarn total. It is a short sleeve. It depends on how cropped or uncropped I choose to make it. But I mean, that's not bad for a summer cotton top. That's, that's pretty great. Anyway, transitioning back to the lovely, lovely
Essentials Super Kid Mohair and Silk. It is 50 grams.
It's from Rico is the company. Like we
Yes.
get it from Universal Yarns, but the bigger main brand is Rico. Sorry, 50 grams.
50 grams.
The reason she says that with emphasis is mohair often comes in 25-gram balls, which sounds really small, but there's so much yardage.
This
50 grams.
This is 375 meters.
Okay,
And
which
I
is
think
we're talking about like 400 yards probably.
Yeah, and I think the regular mohair, it's like 200 and something yards for just 25 grams.
Yeah.
So
let me
you're getting a lot.
300 and what?
75 meters.
Okay, you keep going.
It is 70% mohair, 30% silk. They are recommending a 4.5 needle or hook. 4.5, that's sevens.
410 meters. Yards. I messed it up. Try that again. 410 yards for the 375 meters.
That's
It's a lot.
Yeah, not quite twice the amount of the 25-gram balls that
we currently have in the shop, but really close. It's extra fluffy in my opinion compared to the mohair we have, which makes it so much fun.
the mohair hairs are actually quite long.
I mean, floof. Look at the floof here. There, look, floof.
We are selling them for $27.95. Until Tuesday next week, you can get 25% off, and until Wednesday of next week, 15% off with product of the week.
It puts it for 25 grams. It puts it like right between. One of the things we loved about Sugar Bush is they had a great price point. And if we have to replace it, that means we're not always going to be able to have such a great price point on things like mohair. But this for 20, like if you, for the 25 gram, for half of it, it's between the price of the drizzle and the sparkly mohair that we carry. So it's right in that range, right? It's got a price point comparable to most mohairs, but these are so pretty. Like online, here's the problem with shopping online for yarn.
The colors looked nothing like what we thought.
They're different, but they're still pretty.
Oh yeah.
And so we'll try to take as accurate colors as we can. Before we show off all the colors, my vision for this, this is the chevron cloud, and I was hoping to have it to the point where you could really see the color change. And then my cat climbed in my knitting bag this morning on top of the mohair, and I went to pull on the mohair, and he grumbled, and it would have broken. So if you pulled too hard with a 15-pound cat on top of it.
If I look really close, I can see the color.
It's just starting to shift from, I was showing this off yesterday, and I was like, I'm going to knit more so you can really see it, because that purple in there is not quite here yet. But I'm going to try to make kits for this. I have so many color combo thoughts for this chevron that alternates between the crimped alpaca and the mohair. And you can see kind of, it started with mohair that was kind of matching this cream, and then it went to yellow, and it's kind of starting to change to purple. You'll have to watch my Instagram feed to see how this changes or how it knits up, or I'll show you what progress I make by next week. But there's so many cool colors. In fact, one of the colors Liz went, I want some, so I ordered more. What color is that, Liz?
It's water.
Water.
It is just, oh my
It's like
gosh.
greens and blues.
Greens and pondy, sea,
Bright blue.
ocean, Caribbean. It's water. Wherever you go, it's water.
Yes. It's really, really pretty. What's the number?
Not the number is 6.
6 is water. Okay. This one that I'm knitting with is what's it called? Sphere. What's the number?
7.
And it has some creams in it. It's got lavender, it has light coral, and it's got yellow. And that's just, I
have to show
nice
the
and
halo.
pastel.
I've got a good halo going.
One side of those when they came in had wonderful halo on it. Halo is the fuzz. I've got not so fuzzy side, and then I've got the fuzzy side. And it will just, some of the fuzz will knit in when you do it, and some of the fuzz will show. Like I can see fuzz hanging off.
Oh,
this.
yeah, it's got a good
chevron cloud, because this is going to feel like a cloud. It's going to be so nice. Oh my gosh.
We also got in light.
Light, I thought was going to be much lighter. No pun intended.
It is color number 1. Then it's a rainbow.
It's rainbow. Light is pretty much
soft, vivid.
Mm-hmm.
It's soft, vivid. It sounds weird, but it.
Mohair, like most people, when they think about mohair, they're thinking of the classic version of it, which is a silk cord with the mohair kind of like woven in, fluffing off of it. And all of these, the silk cord will take the color a little bit differently than the mohair itself. The silk cord will tend to be lighter than the mohair color. And so you'll get a light quality running through the whole thing because of the silk base.
And then in that first batch, we also got Terra, which is a very earthy.
Really earthy. Like some of it is pink earthy tones, and we've got some grays in there, and some rosies and browns. Yeah. And that's just, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh.
So then we were like, ooh. And this
let's get more.
Is Forest. I didn't say numbers on this.
Oh,
so
sorry.
Terra is 9.
If people are paying attention. I don't know.
Water is 6. Light is 1. And
Sphere
is 7.
Okay.
And then
so that one, what is
Forest.
Forest. Okay. And so like hold them up. What's the number on Forest?
It's 10.
10. So Forest is almost like a darker, warmer version of water. Yes. In a way. It's mostly like
it's greens and there's some blacky blues, and
there's a little bit of blue in there.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of blue in there, but it's a lot more green and it's a lot earthier and darker. And then let's see, we got Fire.
It is color number 5. It is very soft, vivid again.
Yeah. That the silk core is going to soften any of these colors for how bright they're going to get. But we've got warm reds and oranges and purples and a little bit of mauve in there. Oh, it's so pretty.
Ooh, and this one almost looks like a heart.
Oh, it's a wibbly wobbly heart. And then Liz was like, let's get retro. It looks kind of cool.
Retro online looked very 70s retro. In person, it looks like flowers in a forest.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit got that avocado color that I think of 70s retro. But then it's got pink and
there's
dark blues, and so the avocado, there's different shades of green in it.
It's just
flowers in the forest.
Fun.
It's cute, but it's called retro. I don't know. Ugh. So that's why it's, even though they're like national yarn companies, and I can't always trust their photos, and that doesn't mean I have a problem with these companies. It's just funny because some of it could be when they took pictures, it looked great, and then they put them online, and then I get to view it through my computer, and it's just different.
Anytime a picture goes through the interwebs, it winds up on a different screen, and just that trip can change.
I was just thinking on the way in, so this having a solid thicker yarn with a color changing thinner yarn, I think would be lovely. This chevron cloud would probably look absolutely gorgeous with 2 solid colors. I think the original idea was to have 2 colors that match but were different thicknesses, and I just, turned that on its head a little bit because that's what I do, because we don't tend to have matchy mohair and other things in the shop. Anyway, then I had this idea. I was like, ooh, what? A lot of times when people, the new trend with mohair is not necessarily using it by itself, although I enjoy that. It's holding it with another yarn to make it a different thickness, and it changes the feel, the consistency. It's wonderful. My calliope that I've worn, it's black sparkly mohair with black sparkly fingering weight. It's just luxurious sparkle, yay. But you can hold a fingering weight with a mohair and get a DK, and you could do that for a shawl. You could do that for a sweater. A lot of sweaters right now. This sweater was originally written for a fingering weight and a mohair, and I did it with just a straight up DK instead. You can always change one way or the other. But I was thinking, what about one of these sweaters, like especially a simple sweater that you hold a solid fingering weight with a color changing mohair? Like,
that
how
would
gorgeous.
Look so cool.
How gorgeous. So I have and I really shouldn't start another thing until I finish at least 1 or 2 sweaters. But I was thinking like Petite Knits has the now I'm blanking on the name. It's like no frill sweater is what it's called, and it's supposed to be with a fingering weight and a mohair. And how wonderful would it be, just a white or a cream or a gray or something that complements one of these, but let the mohair color change be the majority of the sweater. Like, complicated,
if you want
simple pattern.
If you want to darken the halo, go with the grays or an off black. If you want to brighten it, go with the light.
So I'm doing this in my chevron cloud. I would not be surprised if at some point, even though I need to finish other things, I'm starting a sweater with,
we counted
some combo.
10 or 12?
9. I have 9 sweaters on needles right now. That's what we counted last night. No, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Once we counted everything I could recall during knit night last night, I have 9 sweaters on needles. Liz wants to show up. Don't. Liz was about to show off.
I was going to show what
you hunted around for that for like 30 seconds.
I was also looking for the other pink, and I couldn't find it because it's probably in quarantine. But so this was a pretty vivid pink yarn.
Was it the tweed or was it the?
It was the tweed.
Okay.
Tweed blossom. It was really pink.
But then she put it with what
black
color?
Mohair.
Black mohair.
And it changed it to the pink almost looks more vibrant in person under the black, but it mutes the entire thing.
If you're at all concerned about mohair and how thin it is, and you're worried about knitting with it, hold it with something else. Yep. And it will be lovely. Now, see, what I will have to decide today, because, now this is in my brain. But if we have any time today, which we probably won't, because I got to picture all of this and edit it and get it up online. And we have some appointments today, and I want to make kits for other things. And at some point today, though,
sticker and yarn to put away. And
there might be more yarn coming, but at some point, because it will eat at me all day, we might start looking at what combos of this might make a nice sweater. Because, oh my gosh, it'd be so pretty. And this weekend, I might potentially just be stuck in bed all day. And if I have any energy, which I might not, I'm getting my second COVID vaccine shot on Friday. But maybe I could just sit and knit a new sweater on this weekend. I don't know. There's plenty at home to knit anyway. So, yeah, stay tuned. You'll find out. I'm hoping tomorrow we can show off the new colors of yarns we already have. So you get to see some of the new things that will be available online as soon as I can take all the photos. We'll see what I get to today, because I'm fixated on this at the moment. So that's, yes, if you have questions for us for Dear Becky and Lizzie, that would always take priority. So you can email
Liz@sundragonartandfiber.com.
or you can write us if you want us to get it for like next week and get a cute little note from you. And that you would write Dear Becky and Lizzie, Sundragon Art and Fiber, 35 South Broad Street, Brevard, North Carolina, 28712. We will not have knit night this Friday because I want to be bracing myself for whatever is going to come. Maybe nothing will happen with my second COVID shot. Yay. And then I'll get a lot of knitting done this weekend. But we won't have knit night just in case. I'm probably not going to do morning meditations all weekend, regardless of how my COVID shot goes, because then I can rest. Foreign
Her
concept.
COVID shot is forcing her to rest, regardless of what effects it has on her.
That's hilarious. Okay, yeah. What else should we mention before we wrap up?
That's about it. Oh,
the code for the sale that goes to next Tuesday for helping us reach 500 subscribers and keeping us over that. You could, if you haven't subscribed yet, you could help us get to the next sale, because this will only last till next Tuesday, and then we're going to need another sale at some point. So the code for 25% off our entire shop. It also will work at the shop if you tell us the secret code word, which is Sideshow 500.
Letters and numbers.
Letters, numbers. Yes. SIDESHOW 500. Self-explanatory, right? Yeah. So use that. Yay. And thank you for watching to the very end so you could get that code if you hadn't gotten it before, or get reminded of what the code is, because we're not putting it in writing everywhere. You got to watch us. I might put it as a subheader under this, but anyway.
She says that.
I don't know if I'm gonna have time. We've got a lesson coming in at 10:30, and I have a lot of pictures to take because we love the yarn, so we got more. And I don't know where we're putting it. Okay. We love you. We miss you. Even those of you we haven't met yet, thank you for becoming part of the Sun Dragon community / family. And come to a knit night when we actually have them.
Shout out to Robin. She's been watching us for quite a while, and
she came to knit night last night. Yay! So yeah, shout out to Robin. Shout out to everyone who's been sticking with us. All the people from all over who have become friends now. That for all the craziness that COVID is, we might not have met if not for COVID. That doesn't mean that COVID was worth it, but pivoting due to COVID has led to some interesting opportunities and experiences. So keep masking up, get your shots if and when you can. And I don't know. Safe. I don't have a good wrap up to that. Here's hoping we're not doing this for the next 6 years, right? So stay safe, please. Definitely.
Like us, ring the bell, subscribe if you haven't.
All that YouTube stuff. Do it all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we'll see you tomorrow for Dear Becky and Lizzie.
Bye.
Now let's see if I can put my mask on.
I'm trying not to trip.
Right way up.